Hello traders, well we've had 3 days of buying with a stopping bar on the Nikkei and 2 heavy days of buying, completely engulfing all of the last 4 or 5 days trading. If you look at this 60-minute chart, I mean this is just very small pullbacks that get bought and then up we run. So the Nikkei is leading the charge off of these lows for the Dow, for the Nasdaq, and of course the S&P ain't going to be left out. That is bouncing too. So tomorrow we are going to need to look for pullbacks down to this 9. I had this as a shorting area 930, and we are 100 points above that. So this was resistance. This is going to now be support. So I would now be a buyer of this level to see if we can get back to 15,130 at least. Now that's assuming we close like this. We've got 2.5 hours of trading left. I'm doing this because I've got a meeting tonight, and so yeah, let's have a look at that. The gold is just getting sold, getting ignored. In a better climate, we don't need a safe haven like the gold, so that is selling. Look at the 50 EMA here, down here, drooping. 200 EMA right up here, drooping. Nobody wants gold at the moment. The best, I have to say, I've missed all of this. I saw this stopping bar here 2 days back, and I didn't take it. More for me because I've missed a good 100 point move over 2 days, and that's caught me out. This bounce has caught me out a little bit, which, considering the Dow's come off the monthly S1, is a little bit sad that I haven't reacted quick enough on this. So yesterday afternoon, late US session, we started to reverse, and all the pullbacks on this pound yen got bought. There's still plenty of time on this. We've broken up through this trend line. I fully expect that to drop down to 156. This is a major resistance area. If you look at 156.50 on the weekly chart, you can see where I'm coming from. So this is not run and gone. This is just the initial stage of a reversal pattern. So I would look to buy 156 tomorrow. In that, I would look to buy a break of 159.80 tomorrow, because we're still extended from the daily 8. So if we are going to sell, I'd at least expect to move up to 160 on this. In the meantime, we've got a reversal bar here. Again, 159.50 is a key area. As long as we close here tonight, I am long this already off of this setup down here, this cluster, this accumulation pattern down here. So let's see if that works. US dollar Swissy has had a good week, so at least I've done something right here. I've been buying this at 90.30. I didn't get the bottom. That's not my job to pick a bottom, but I didn't take that much heat. I only took about 20-25 points worth of heat before that reversed up. Just looking at this pound Aussie dollar. Let's just pull this one out. We've got this huge 169 is huge. If we close above 169, then I would be a buyer. And I think this could bust up through 170 and get back up to 175. So keep an eye out on this, because if we do, we're in the middle of this, under the trend line, but above support. So I do like buying the base of a potential triangle here, because it's low risk and high reward. So if that can start to pull up on the back of we end up with a stopping bar there, then that is definitely a good candidate. And in fact, I have taken a small marker lot down here, and if that succeeds, I will add to it. It's when you've got reversal patterns like that, I don't like to lot of the time I don't go full in. I start to just to fade in. I start with a very small lot because it gets me connected to the chart. Euro, I haven't traded the euro for a long time. It's incredibly narrow. Since we buffed up here, we've been trading between 134.70 and 136.30, so it's a tiny range. And Aussie US, it's doing it. It's not great, but you can see that these two 1500 closing together. So it is looking more and more bullish by the day, but it's struggling. We could just see a pop. I mean, if that's but if we close here, I would expect a decent pullback, and at which point, once that pulls back, then that could swoop up. So if that becomes a hangman, a spinning top, I'd expect a downdraft and then the lows to get bought as these two moving averages cross. Okay, oil has completely reversed yesterday's down move, well, almost completely. Still got an hour before the pits close, so it could still do it. Huge amount of support down here. We're going to close back above the 50%. So all the time where this is a double bottom and we break this trend line at 380, this has been a major issue with oil, that level, that sort of 380, 400 level. If we break that, then I would look for that to return back to 108 and possibly 110. So I would start buying pullbacks if we have a good if we close above 103.50 today. Stocks, well, there's a lot of good stocks out there. So which are the best ones to look to trade? I like Balfour BT. I like that on a pullback to 266. Let's see if we can eventually climb back up to these highs. I like, let me think, look at BG, they're beaten up. We're closing above the 50% on BG. So pull back to 1170. You've got a lot of congestion above it, but we have got divergent stochastics and a rising RSI. There's probably a better energy stock than that. 3i's had a good day. That's back above 50%. Now, if you get a good pullback and your stop's only sort of 10 away, then I think it's worth doing. So we've got a new low, close above next day on that, so that's definitely a reversal pattern to me. I think that 3i is back in play. And look at this trend here that started in June. So that's a nice 50% pullback, and a very neat pullback to the bottom of the fib zone yesterday. Other stocks, we've got Goldman's as you gapped up. So I'm going to try and get a pullback to 155. I'm not sure I'm going to get it, but I'll sit tight and see if I can. Bank of America has gapped up as well. I would like to buy that at 13.95. And what else have I got? Let me look at my UK list. Telecity. Telecity is a hammer with a close. It's a new low, close above next day. That is on massive support. So that is a prime candidate for me. 780 pullback tomorrow. I might go to sort of 782 on that one just to try and make sure I get in this. I've been watching this one for a while. I think this is EMG Man Group. The ticker is EMG. I think we're coming off a low RSI, turning stochastics. I think this is a candidate. I'm going to give it another day. I want to close above 80. The new low close above. It's just not a very convincing bar. Okay, that's all I've got. So catch up with you tomorrow.